Hello, here's my job hunting vlog. It's 10:39, February 5th, Wednesday. Yesterday I went to my mom's house and hanging out there, filling out applications at places. Oh no, at the beginning in the morning I got up and went and had a meeting with Robert over at Colorado Workforce. His job was mainly to look for jobs for me, but I can do that. So I think he's mainly to assist people who don't have computers or can work computers. So I asked him if I could use him as a reference, and he actually thought about it. So that was pretty cool. And then I went up he said he'd think about it, but then I went up to Longmont with my mom to the vocational rehabilitation place. I had a meeting with Kay up there. But she like double booked. She misunderstood. I thought I was rescheduling from 9 to 1, but she thought I was rescheduling from 9 to 1 next week. So we came back here, and then I was hanging out at my mom's house applying for jobs, any old job. And I'll take a roommate, but not any old roommate. I'm done with the seedy roommates. Yeah, the Avid for Adventure people gave me interest, so that was fucking cool. People who, the schools, the education people are the ones who give me the most interest. The problem is I don't have, there are these 2 classes I need to take to teach preschool, and they have a bunch of those jobs available, but it takes 2 months to take the class and $700. I don't have that money or time. I'm out and desperate, and nobody likes me because I have a website, I guess. I'm not homosexual, dude. I'm into rainbows, and I have a rainbow colored website because of the colors, of what the colors mean. Okay, it's not a homo thing. And I like the gays. There was a tranny, a transvestite, a dude to girl, who I even talked to on the phone. I was like, and I sent him the resume, and I'm like, yeah, move on in. He even asked, are you queer friendly or whatever, tranny? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm anybody friendly, just don't be seedy. So nobody wants to know me. Nobody wants to hire me. So hopefully the Avid for Adventure dudes will. I thought I did an awesome interview, but that's how I feel all the time. I'm so pleased with myself. But nobody, not a single person has mentioned that I have a website other than me and my mother. Like, people get like annoyed when I mention my website. So we live in a culture of just, this is a sick culture. This is not a good generation that's alive right now. I don't fit in. I'm from the future. I'm better than you guys. I'm gonna take my history test, to get the brain testing going. The problem is I only really study in my room, and I was in my room riding the bike day before yesterday, and I can't even, like, I'm falling off physically. I couldn't even ride the bike because it was too, like, physically uncomfortable to ride the bike even for like 10 minutes. And I was like, so I got off after like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, and I was gonna like set up the Strava, because I bought Strava back when I thought I had money, like little bit of money, like 5 months ago. And yeah, my taxes are due in a couple months, and like my mom got her taxes in the mail. I think I got my taxes in the mail today, and I can't pay my property taxes or my income taxes in April, and I can't get a job doing anything anywhere. I applied for a job as the janitor at 24 Hour Fitness right on time across the street, and I got rejected, and the desk job a bunch of times too, and all of the dispensaries, even though I have a card. So I'm going to, I made sure that my reference numbers were all correct, so yesterday, I kind of, I had some more, I mean, look, I'm looking for a job, but I'm not looking for a job like a A student. I'm not doing that good of a job. Like, there's still a bunch of like applications I could fill out, and I need to fill out, and I'll do it here I was gonna do it at my mom's house, but she, I guess, doesn't feel good. She's feel foggy-headed and sick from some medication she's on, so I'm just gonna stay here and fill out applications. The problem is, I couldn't fill out applications anymore yesterday after too long. I can only do a job hunting maybe 2 or 3 hours a day or something. Not that much, part-time. It's not a full-time job that I'm doing it, because I'm in the process of tying up my template, which nobody cares about but me. It is, it's my history timeline, and it's just, I've been working on it for 20 years, and it's like, I want my template to get done to a point where I can click it around. It takes a long time to build it because, you know, I wasn't clear on what I wanted my timeline to look like. The only way for me to know exactly what I want my timeline to look like is to actually build it, you know, and then I have to be decisive as I can. And then when I make a decision, you know, to fix, I try to fix a lot of things, and then I go and I have to sweep through, and I can't do batch editing because it's too big. My website's designed differently than other websites, and it's also, you would use it differently because of that than other websites. I should do a tour days. I should do a tour one of these days of my website. Compared to other websites, but here, I'll show you. So this is the omniscience test, which nobody cares about, and causes me to not get a job as a janitor or a toilet cleaner or anything, but because we live in a bad, sick society. But here is my timeline, and then you click it, any of that, you have to guess what it is, you know. And then you pass it with 150, but look, this is how my timeline is designed differently. That's what I'm talking about. See? That's what I'm talking about. So it's a timeline. It's like, you know how you do Dreamweaver? I mean, Google Earth, and you zoom in and out? Well, my website is the website version of that, you know. Like in the future, when you see websites, they'll have websites designed where you navigate around them just the way you navigate around a map. Only they're not like a city, like a Google Earth map, and only they're not actual places. They're just like pages. And because it's just a visual thing, you know, they try to make websites to be visual so that the visuality can help bring it into your head. So I don't mean websites just like websites to go and do something, but I mean teaching websites. Websites meant to help you fuse something into your head and memorize things. Yeah, there'll be a lot of Zoom related websites like Google Earth, where you have a bunch of dots, and then you tap it, and then it zooms in. There's a bunch of little dots, and that are all of like some category, and then you tap it and it zooms in, that kind of a thing. And so that's basically what this is, only it's grid format with words, packing as many words into a screen as you can with colors and fonts to transfer the knowledge to your brain. I think maybe one reason that nobody wants to hire me except for the schools who can't, because I don't have that final 2 classes. Maybe it's because our education system is so bad that the only people who value any kind of education are the people who are actually working in it. And so, and like maybe I just didn't realize how dumb people are. Like, and that's why they voted for Trump. Like to the average person on the street, and my mom is always trying to tell me this, as though it's common knowledge and yelling at me and I'm an idiot for not understanding, but as though the average person on the street, you know, like you mention anything about history or any kind of extracurricular learning, the first thought they're going to have is like, motherfucker, I have a life. Like, I've got jobs, you know, and then of course I've got my hobbies and stuff, and they're like, how am I going to fit that in? That's maybe if you pay me, but like that's school. Like that stuff's done. You go to school to learn. That's why you go to school. So I think for most people in this stupid society, school And actually, I was actually told that to my face, that that's what I was. School is a, like for my teacher, school is a, people, for most people, school is a place that you go to take the classes to learn things, because that's the only place you're ever going to do it, because you don't care. And everybody agrees on that. Because I was in college and I was in like, I had these two stupid bitches as my teacher for this integrated learning program, Lillian Lang and Dorian Yates. There was this other asshole named Farron Webb who kicked me out. But Dorian Yates, I'm like, yeah, so I'm ready to do the major. You know, I had to choose a major. And she's like, I was like, I like politics. What's about the deal with the politics? And she's like, looking forward without even making eye contact with me. He goes, this is a liberal arts school. And I was like, okay. And then I came back and I was like, hey, I need to do my major. What's this with the multi-major? You know, where you get to choose your major. She goes, kids at this school only want to take the easy classes. So just choose a major. And so I was like, well, I want to be a writer. You know, I like writing. She's like, oh, well, then learn English major. So I became an English major. And so like there was no failure to communicate with me and the lady. And I was telling my parents, hey, these bitches are retarded. And my parents were like, school, you have to do school or else all is lost forever. And so I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's not fight this bitch, because they're never going to cooperate with you. So let's just be an English major, I guess. I didn't get to write at all. There was no class for writing. It was just teaching English, like as though I didn't know English. So I didn't learn a single thing in college. Only I was in school until I was 23. So college is like, it'll actually destroy your mind, and it'll cause you to never be able to get a job anywhere, even though I have a college degree. So I don't know if I'm I guess I'm underqualified. So it'll make you underqualified. You won't learn anything, and you'll just go into debt, and then you won't have a life, because you'll lose your whole youth, because it's just banging your head against the wall trying to do the school, trying to do the classes. So yeah, and then they insult you with horrible grades. I have my transcript up on my Flickr. I'm going to put it on the front page of my website. I got a goddamn 2.3 GPA, and the last class I had for teaching methods, I got a D- in it, which is a failing grade. I didn't even know that. I thought F meant fail, like F for fail. No, D is a failing. And so they got to use that, and I thought they were lying to me. But then I looked at this transcript and I was like, D- equals 0.75 and passing is 1. I was like, fuck, they did do it legally. The motherfucker straight up kicked me out of school. This guy named Joe Lounge. And then he got fired. They all get fired over there at Fort Lewis College. And then they hire these new motherfucking hillbillies. I mean, this is a whole generation later, so, you know, people obviously are smarter and stuff, but no, I'm still going to destroy that school. I'm going after that school. They ain't going to do that to me and get away with it. I'm going to shut the school down. But I think I'm going to go ahead and just try to shut all schools down, because, and I explained this to Robert over at the Colorado Workforce yesterday. I wanted to touch base with him, you know, and I need to do that when I do interviews, man. I was granted 2 interviews so far, and I was trying to talk about my website, and I was like, did you see my website? And they're like, no. And then they want to ask me all these questions, personality questions. I'm like, I think for the next interview, I'm going to be a little bit more forthright. And I'll be like, look, as soon as they start asking me a personality question, I'll be like, look, stop it with these stupid personality questions. I'm going to show you my website, and I'm going to bring my computer out, and I'm going to give them a web tour until they're like, I don't want to see it anymore. No. And I'll be like, well, that's why I'm a good guy. So, if I get I mean, I think this might be a Job situation. I'm like Job from the Bible. I'm in the wrong generation. Maybe Job got shunned by everybody because he was from the wrong generation. Maybe his vibes were too magical, and he was too ambitious, and he had his website. If he had a website, it would be too big and too beautiful or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to. So then, yeah, last night, dude, I'm trying to fill up the template, and the way that I'm doing my template is I'm doing a subregion. I know you idiots don't care about that stuff, but every single subregion, and then I go and I just pasting that's the way that I have to batch it with this. Paste across to try to update all these different things that I updated on it. And now I opened up South Asia, and that's the last one that I have to do like that, where it's the 20, where I go across. And after I do that, I'm going to open them up from the folders and do the touch-ups. And there's a lot of touch-up work, but I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest to not work on my website, so that I could then work on my on the job hunting. You know, I applied to 67 jobs on Indeed. 2 jobs in Target got rejected for both. A job on Whole Foods, and these are places 1 block from my house. Target's 2 blocks from my house. Whole Foods is 1 block from my house. I turned in a there was this old person's home next to where I live that want you to take care of assistance for old people, and I gave them my resume last year, and they were advertising for work, and they didn't call me. And that's next to where I live. Last year, Safeway, they were advertising for work, and I gave them my resume and talked to the manager, and they never called me. And then I even interviewed with the car wash over here, and the guy showed up 45 minutes to the interview. I had to hang out 45 minutes. And then when he shows up, he didn't even at the first, he's just like, "Hola, ¿cómo estás?" And I'm like, and I was looking at him like, "Are you going to explain why you're late?" And then he's like, and then he explained why he was late. And then he explained the job, and I was like, "Cool." And then I called back the next, later that day. He's like, "Oh yeah, we hired somebody." So, yeah, and I've got ads out on as the neighborhood maintenance dude at a neighborhood association. But and the problem is nobody explains to me why I'm not getting hired, or I think I may have used the wrong number on 1 reference for 1 job interview. But so I'm kind of left guessing. Websites aren't considered work even if you prove it with daily vlogs, because that's why I had the daily vlog, to legitimize myself, because I had a website and it garnered extreme hatred. If you look at the comments on my YouTube channels from 10 plus years ago, it's extreme hatred. And so I was like, oh man, people are out to get me because I have a website. So what I decided to do was do daily vlogs to prove that I'm working. There's this guy named Dale Spinzer who was commenting on all of my videos, third person, telling people outwardly that he knows me or something, and I'm a horrible person and this, that, and the next thing. And I kept blocking him, and he kept coming back. He was some creepy old dude from a trailer park in Tucson, and or Phoenix or something. And but he finally disappeared. I Googled him, and he completely evaporated off the face of the map because he swatted me a couple years ago. Cops came over. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, and he used to do really creepy stuff, oh man, and he'd have videos on his channel where he's shooting guns and stuff right after he's anyway, he's gone. But I had a lot of people like that though. If you type Buiko1, he's obsessed with me, and there are a few other people who are obsessed with me who made videos about me, fucking with me, people who hate me. But then they disappeared. The only one who's still around is Buiko1, Boiko1. All of his videos about me are still around. He's funny. I don't know if he likes me or doesn't like me. At the beginning, on the comments, it was he didn't like me. He was straight up insulting me and cussing me out and stuff. So it's sometimes you can turn people on your side when they start out hating your guts if you just don't get angry with them. Just answer them like they're a person, and then they finally, if enough times come by and they don't bounce back, the hatred doesn't bounce back at them, then you just turn into a curiosity, and you're just this something they like to make fun of because you're funny or something. Anyway, his fun videos are kind of funny, but how did I get on that sidetrack? Oh yeah, I'm just trying to guess why I can't get hired. Jealousy could be a big one. I have a college degree from Fort Lewis. Maybe because I went to Fort Lewis, that means I'm retarded. I put my GPA at 2.3, and maybe there's some kind of internal policy. if you went to college, it has to be 2.5 or higher. But then they'll hire anybody who didn't go to college. So going to college makes it so you can't get a job. Ruin your life by going to college. Could be the rainbow color, because my mom always was like, they're going to think you're gay. They're going to think you're gay. And I'm like, what if I just tell them I'm not? They'll think you're gay. Really? After I tell them I'm not? The colors are for the navigation and for the learning. But yes, of course, I believe in colors and diversity, and so then I believe in the acceptance of the gays. But that doesn't make me gay, so anyway. Welcome to the world. Welcome to planet Earth. Look, if worse comes to worse and I can't pay anything, I guess I'll just hang out here until they come and pull me out. No, that's my mom. I think I'm gonna get that and get going on my job. Talk to you tomorrow. Wish me luck. Please pray.